Okay, so we got a little bit of a Lego update. And for anybody who's not familiar with modules with the Lego sets, I believe this was the Creator Expert module called Assembly Square. I have another one down there for the Jazz Studio that is still unopened. I've got to get to. And I've got a garage set that somebody I purchased used. But I don't have a Lego town, but I do have the modules that I like to set up. And I figure before I get to designing a town, like a lot of Lego enthusiasts do, I'll just start figuring out how to do all the modules and learn the different techniques. Assembly Square is more of a throwback or acknowledgement of all the other modules prior to it, because it has a lot of styles. You can see like the Thor's hammers, and I think this style came from the bank module. There's a lot of there's even references in on the top floor here with the mama and her baby, is that she has a train set, and on the shelf I think are a lot of modular Lego miniature versions of them. They're really like just simplistic modernized versions. And then you have the Eiffel Tower set right there in the window. But I look at these mostly as learning how to build Lego. Each set, is a teaching tool. It's not just assembling, but it's also teaching different techniques. Or at least I like to tell myself that, because it is a high price. So this was sitting on my desk for 2 years at least, and I had been coming to this and doing a little bit at a time. And I have been cleaning up my studio over the past week, moving back in here to do all of my projects, and I decided I needed to clear off this table. So I kicked in the high gear, and I did not stop until I was done with this module. So all of my shelving above is now free, or it was a few hours ago. I bought a few poly bags recently. And the whole desk is pretty much cleaned up now. I've never had this much space before, since I first started coming in here, I guess. In addition to finishing up the finishing up the module, I decided to go ahead and wire it up for lighting. I have this Bricksmax kit. I have this for a lot of modules that I have not yet assembled, and I've used this brand for a lot of stuff that I've made already in the other room. I haven't used, there's like one other popular brand, or there was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. This is the only one I've used because this is the one people have kept talking about the most that they've been using. So they provide instructions on how to take your modular apart to wire things through. They provide lights for you, these street lamps. So I was able to reclaim my street lamps. The main reason being is they drill a hole. Let me see if I can. They drill a hole on the edge there, and I don't even know if you can even notice that hole. And they thread it all for you when it arrives, so it's already done. And they tell you like which tiles to pull up to like run the wire through to the store. There's just so many lamps here. Some of them are pretty cool. Like this one has a pulsating glow to kind of signify water's, I guess, going up and down in there. You can control the pulsating here. I like how the coffee cup is lit up, and the flowers, or the roses, or tulips. I guess they're tulips for the flower shop, is lit up. Here's the back. So this light, I wish it had a light to be lit up. It does not. This light is not lit up as well, but it's not as big of a deal because in the back. My only complaint about this one is you can see it from the front and it's not lit. The restaurant at the top has a little fire that kind of glows a little bit. I wish there was more lighting up here in some way or another, but Lego didn't even provide any kind of lighting either, so that idea is kind of shot. So they give you these USB connectors. They gave you 2 of them, and I'm just using one of them with a battery that I connected to it, or a power bank. From this is usually for like mobile phone charging, but it works just fine. They do give you, excuse me, sorry about that. They do give you these battery packs you can wire up. And they give you 2 of them. The weird thing is, the USB only needs 1 and the whole thing's lit up. So I still have this empty USB. And I'm not sure if I need both battery packs or not, but the battery pack and the USB connect the same way. So you can either do the USB or the battery pack. And they say the USB is brighter, and they recommend USB. So when I bring this out to all my other Lego sets are on display, I have the shelves are wired up with hubs that are powered to one of the light switches in the room. So everything's already ready out there. I just needed to get the power supply and the I did get a hub for testing back here since I had 2 USB connections, but I only needed 1. One of the main problems I had in here was I had a short. I didn't realize what was going on. Only the top light on this side and this side were working. I think nothing else was operating. And I started feeling around, and I felt one of the wires was hot as I was coming down here. And then I just unplugged everything on the bottom floor, because I noticed when I detached the top light, or the wire from the second floor that goes down to the first floor, this light went on. So then I went down here and disconnected all the wires from all the lights and started plugging in one wire at a time, verifying each light came on, and this one did not come on. It turned out, to fix this, I actually had to remove the brick again, and then the light worked on its own, and then I put the brick, I put it through the brick again, and it still works. The main problem I'm having with these lights is they are not staying on to the bottom. It should be right there, each one. I've tried putting a 1x1 tile over this, but it's not sticking. I think what I'm going to have to do eventually is kind of cut a groove in some round tile that I'm okay with destroying, just to hold these lights into place. Either that, or get out a hot glue gun and keep them in with hot glue, which isn't as bad as like super glue or something like that. And we got 4 lights here that have that issue that I've got to address. Yeah, so this is finally done. Almost. Once I get these lights fixed, then it's done. and then I'll move it out into the other room.